Yeah, you just tell them that story. Like, hey, man, 5-time Pro Bowler, 2-time Player of the Month, finished in MVP once or twice, top 5 MVP twice, inconsistent running game, poor coaching, and then read them his stats. I bet you they would put Tony Romo on Hall of Fame.
You're right. You're right.
Because
it's perception too. It's your perception of what you've seen Tony Romo do. Because if in your head you have that picture of him fumbling that ball in Seattle, or you have a picture of him throwing an interception with the game on the line, which I'm gonna be honest, I got a lot of those memories in my head. You would lean towards no. But then when you look at the stats though, and you see it, that can definitely change your perspective.
Yeah, that's why I try not to attach a name, because we're biased in regards to the name. Just like if with Russell Westbrook, I give him credit for what he's doing, but let's be honest, not many people are not many big men are rebounding anymore. Like I watch James, if you listen to the show, James Harden is my favorite guy currently in the NBA. And I was watching the game the other night, and James Harden got 4 rebounds that literally just fell, almost hit him in his head. It was like he was just standing there, and I mean, he was just standing there. He wasn't even looking up. He was looking around, and the ball just dropped right in his hand. I was like, this is why they getting triple doubles,
Right. Nobody rebounding. The ball just falling on the ground first, and then somebody's going after to try to grab it.
Right. I'm like, what's up with that? So, it's still difficult to get 10 rebounds, but it's like, but where's the Moses Malone? Where's the Chris Webber? Where's the Rodman, the Rick Mahorns of the world, who are scrapping for rebounds because that's how they got paid? Like they tell you Brooke Lopez or Robin Lopez, hey, they're good ball players. One of them just don't play defense well, and then you look at the numbers and they're averaging 3 rebounds a game. If you come on, man, right? I'm like, you're 7 feet tall.
Well, when I watched that game 1 of the Bucks and Pistons, which they won easily, but I'm like, the first couple minutes, I'm like, why is Brooke Lopez shooting threes? And everybody's like, oh, that's what he does now. I'm like, what? No, you just don't start developing a 3. I mean, you can do that. That's fine, whatever the coach says. But I would have never thought Brooke Lopez and seen Brooke Lopez shooting from the 3 just like is easy, and I do this all the time. I would not be giving him the green light. Like you need to be so open that there's no one around you that you can see anybody's hand at all. You need to be like in the middle of an ocean open for me to be like, you get the green light.
And then again, it's the reason you're in the middle of the ocean open.
That's right. Nobody trusts you.
So maybe you should. And that's what me and Mo were debating that one day about big men. I don't like 3-point shooting big men. Period. There's no way to turn me from it. I'm old school. But if you are going to be a 3-point shooting big man, make that a part of your game, not your game.
True. Great point.
And that's what annoys. I'm like I was telling him, the point in being a tall person playing basketball is because the taller you are, the closer you are to the rim. If you're shooting 22-footers, you are 6'3" now. You've officially made yourself 6'3" if you shoot the threes and you're 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
Because why take a 39% chance at hitting the shot when you can take a 70% chance? Yeah. And it's just it just makes me want to throw up when I watch the NBA now. When I see a 7 foot, you see like when Joel Embiid shoots more than 1 3 a game. I'm like, bro, you can get that. You can get on the block. Use that up and under move that I've seen you use 1,000,001 times. When you get fouled, you're 80% free throw shooter. Guess what? You got 80% chance at getting a 3-point play.
Yeah, and getting getting it with ease too. Not only getting it, but getting it with ease. And I like your point when you were talking about KD and Patrick Beverley. Patrick Beverley abusing KD. You know, Patrick Beverley, that's his game. But if KD was more, and I think to your point, you were saying if KD was more of an on the block type of guy, then he could abuse Patrick Beverley all night. It would be with ease.
Yeah.
It would be him turning around and laying up the ball all night long.
And I just don't get it, man. I get it, man. I want to be multifaceted. I want to have an all-around game. I get it. That's cool. And I'm not knocking that. But come on. Just, dude, you got a foot advantage. That's like you playing your son. I'm 5'10". It's like me going to the basketball court when my son was 12 and just shooting threes all day. Nope. We're going to the blocks, buddy.
Right.
You going in the house and you're going to be crying this evening because I beat you again. And it's like, I don't get it, man. I mean, shoot threes if you like, but it's just like, it would make me throw up if I saw Tim Duncan shooting threes. It's like, oh, God, what is this?
Yeah. And that was only if he had to. I mean, like if it was 1 second left and he had the ball in his hand. That's the only time I've ever seen Tim Duncan shoot a three is when it was last minute and he ain't have anything else to do.
And see, these newfangled sports fans, man, the same reason KD can get any shot he wants. Yeah. Why make it? How about this, Mr. Husband? If you could get any amount of money that you could get, would you take 100 or would you take a 5? You would take as many hundreds as you like.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
You could get them. I'll just take the 5. No one would take the 5. I'll just get $1 million, $5 at a time. Or would you get $1 million, $100 at a time? That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Make it easy.
Right. True. Man, H-Rap, man, appreciate you for coming on. As always, I love getting your call-ins. I love your show too, man. Your aspect, man, where you go at it, man. I'm always listening. Man. I'm listening at my desk, so
I appreciate it.
Appreciate
it. Have Mr. Husband set it up so I can slap him around, and because we need a moderator, man. That way he can heal from the slaps.
Let's do it.
More than
likely, together.
I'll be slapping around tomorrow too.
We're gonna make it happen. Appreciate you.
Peace, man.
All right.
Thanks for the great show.
Yep. H-Rap B in the building. Appreciate him for calling in. Mo Cheese, I'm answering your question in regards to 7-footers not playing in the post. Oh, the same reason KD can get any shot he wants. And it's definitely a height advantage. Clutch says no pro football Hall of Fame for Romo. Romo is hated, period, says the greatest. He is. And he is hated by Cowboys fans, non-Cowboys fans. He gets it from both sides. All right, so let's get into this Cowboys schedule. Phone lines are still open. We got about 25 more minutes in the show. Cowboys schedule. Let me get it back up. Game 1, New York Giants. I love it. I love when we play the Giants opening night. It's not going to be opening night. It's going to be Sunday at 3:25. So already out the gate, they're saying Cowboys don't need the opening night game. And that's fine. I get it. That's what you want to do. NFL, that's fine. That's fine with me. That's a win. That's a W. That's a W in my opinion. Redskins next week, playing that game at noon. I'm going to go ahead and mark that one as a W as well. Who is their quarterback? Can anyone answer that question? Who is going to be the quarterback the start of the season for the Redskins? And I'm guessing it's going to be Case Keenum. Good luck with that one. The dude had one good year and an extremely lucky pass. Extremely lucky pass to a guy that caught the ball and the defender was like head down, like he was getting ready to run his helmet into a wall. So that's going to be a guaranteed win. I'm going to go ahead and pencil that in as a W. And if you have Alex Smith, that's not enough either. Maybe he's even retiring. I don't know. Because his injuries look horrific. Especially with that leg injury that he had, they look horrific. Kevin says, Chief Rocka, Jersey Verns, weekly win, 1 beatdown. We got another caller up on the line. My man Mo Cheese, a.k.a. Grits. What's going on?
BS3, what's up? I'm in the car with Lofty T. She's driving like a mad lady.
Oh, God. Hey, man.
Hey, how you doing?
Man, look, so I ain't gonna take up too much time, and I know you don't have too much time, but I asked this question to A-Trap B. We had this discussion. I asked this question to the chat room and to you. So, if you're a 7-footer and they have now unleashed the game to where you're not looked at as just a tall presence on the floor that can block shots and that can get rebounds, you mean to tell me that you want to limit your game to just being able to play in the post?
I'm not saying you want to limit it. I'm just saying, and I agree with A-Trap B's point. Don't let that be the focus of when you have a wide open lane and you pull up and shoot a 3. That stuff like that don't make any sense. Now, if it goes in, it's all gravy. If you shoot one of those shots and you down by 9 with a minute left and you miss it, then it didn't work out. So that I kind of agree with A-Trap B in that sense. Like, don't let that be the center point of your game.
I think there's a difference between Tim Duncan, Joel Embiid, Shaquille O'Neal. Well, I can't put Shaquille O'Neal. There's a difference between Joel Embiid, Dirk Nowitzki, and Tim Duncan, and there's a difference between all of those and your Kevin Durant and your Giannis. Like, traditionally, those are players with their height. Those are players that's supposed to be back to the basket type players. And I'm not saying that he is saying that you are limiting it to, but I still hear that old man get off my lawn mentality when it comes to talking about the center position and what the center is supposed to be. And the center is just supposed to be, matter of fact, like A-Trap has a problem with how many shots Patrick Ewing took as a center. And look, I said it and I quoted him. So if I'm wrong, he could put it in the chat room. Or no. You know what? Vern has a problem with how many shots Patrick Ewing took. And I'm like, well, Patrick Ewing just had a mid-range game too. Like, I didn't feel like Patrick Ewing was trying to step outside of his boundaries. Yeah. But Patrick Ewing wasn't just limited to, hey man, I got to be down here in the post banging all my career as a center. And I think that's the limitation on the big man. Nobody says anything about Ben Simmons being what is Ben Simmons? What, 6'6", 6'7"? At least
he's 6'7", yeah.
At least playing the point guard position, because you could say, oh well, Magic did it, but then you don't say anything about the coach either. When the coach says, hey, Joel Embiid is going to be out, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to base the rotation around Ben Simmons, and not necessarily I'm going to put Ben Simmons at the 5 position, but I'm pretty much going to rotate him in at the 5 position. And don't nobody bring it up like, oh, well, kind of sort of like Magic. You know what I'm saying? I brought it up to A-Trap the other day, or last night. I was like, oh, the coach is saying been in and out in that 5 position or in that 5 slot. Like, let me find out they're trying to make him the next Magic. Don't nobody talk about that, and nobody has a problem with that.
Let me butt in real quick. Ben Simmons is 6'10". I didn't actually even know that.
6'10"?
What? Is that even... It says it right here on... I'm looking at Wikipedia, which is not always right. But second source, A-Trap puts it in there, he's 6'10". That's probably the reason why he can't shoot.
But don't nobody have a problem with him running the point. Everybody got a problem with him not being able to shoot, but the dude is 6'10".
Wow.